What is good, everybody? Back with another episode. INISP. You already know what the deal is, man. It's Wednesday. I don't gotta say no more. You know what it's time to do. It's time to lock those bets in, man. This past weekend, we had a rough one. We took 2 L's on our max locks. Our apologies. But we're gonna get back right. We got some good bets, I think. We even about to hop into this MLB playoff baseball, you know what I'm saying? Make some bets for the games. I mean, if you watched the episode yesterday, you kind of already know where we probably headed with those, but we have to stay to the end for that lock. But first off, before we get to the bets, I need to, go on my little Chiefs rant yesterday. We had the boys on. We was kind of running long. So I chilled on my Chiefs. But gotta talk about that Monday night game, man. Talk about the big game coming up this weekend versus Josh Allen and the Bills, man. But that Monday night game, man, they came out lackadaisical. They did. And it was not looking good. It's 17-0 at one point. But I don't know what it is, man. Like, ever since we've had Mahomes, and really ever since, I'm not even trying to mess with you, ever since that Texas playoff game, we be down. I'll be like, bro, we really playing like trash. But I'm like, as soon as we get like 2 first downs in a row, I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm not really worried. Here comes the comeback.
Yeah.
Like, it's coming. Like, you just know a storm is coming. Like, it's really like some Warrior stuff where, like, even if they have an off game, at some point, probably in that third quarter, they're going to go on a run where it's like 20-2 and there's nothing you could do about it. They just going to start raining threes. And it's going to be like, dang, like, they just that good. And we got some added help because I don't know what they want the defensive lineman to do now in tackling these quarterbacks. But when Chris Jones got his strip sack, and that was called roughing the passer, that lit them boys up. It set a fire under their tail. It was 17-7 at that point. If they would have, been able to review or made the right call from the jump, we would have had the ball at like Raiders 40. We probably would have scored a touchdown right there and cut it to a 3-point deficit at half. But instead, Raiders go down, get a field goal, 27. And that was their first mistake right there. Once they got saved by that penalty, they needed to either waste all that damn clock off and take it to halftime or get a touchdown. They choked. They got a field goal, left us with a minute on the clock. You already know what time it is when it's 2-minute drill, and that boy Mahomes went right back down the field. And thank God, Matthew Wright. Hopefully we get Butker back this week. I'm praying to God because I'm tired of looking at all these other kickers. Matthew Wright had already missed like a 34-yarder in the first quarter. 59 yards, longest field goal in Chief history. He nailed it. And from there, when it was 2010 and we got ball, start the second half, I was like, I already knew. Like, they finna come out, get the ball, go score, and then all the pressure's on the Raiders right there and the momentum gone like that. What they do? Come out, score. 2017, Raiders 3 and out like that. What do they come back to? 24-20, score. Raiders kick a field goal. When we get the ball back, score another touch. Like, once they get rolling, man, they get rolling. And like, what's the argument now? Like, I've been on Twitter all day because every segment on the show this week for sports shows is Chiefs, Bills, or Cowboys, Eagles. Everybody, Allen is still number 1 MVP front runner. The Bills still the best team. Like, okay. I mean, coming into the season, Chiefs were not a lot of people, but there were people literally saying the Chiefs not even gonna make the playoffs. They about to be the bottom of the division. The defense not good. They got nobody on offense. Got Travis Kelce, but as far as anybody else, nobody talked about any other weapon. Mahomes has 15 touchdowns. That's first in the league. 78.5 QBR. That's second. It was first before this Monday night game. But hey, who's really counting? He's 4th in yards with no major wide receiver weapons. And we got a take what the defense gives us because they playing high shell. And can't nobody get open and create distance or separation with the corners. Then he finally started running the ball again, picking up first downs when we need it. And he's, before you know it, we 4-1. We dropped 41 on the Bucks. We're still the number one highest scoring offense in the NFL. And it's like, well, Mahomes has Travis Kelce.
Oh, God.
Like, it's always something. Like, just get a man respect. Yes, Travis Kelce is a future Hall of Fame tight end. And if he can stay healthy for another 3 years or so, depending on what we do, because you know he going to get his numbers, he might go down as the greatest tight end ever. But did people knock Brady for having Gronk, who they will currently say is the greatest tight end ever? No. Did people knock Brady for doing the dink and dunk? No.
Nope.
But that's what we got to do now because everybody's scared to play us single cover one. So we got to take the dink and dunk. That's what we're doing. Mahomes is becoming an expert at reading the defense pre-snap and finding where he wants to throw the ball before he even snapped the ball. And then that Twitter post I sent you earlier, that deep crossing route he threw to Hardman where it was a no-look. He completely threw off Abram, running left off his right foot, 40 yards down the field this way, but he looking this way the whole time. Come on. Nobody doing it like him, man. And I can't wait for this weekend. They got my boys as underdogs. I'm not going to make it an official bet. But if y'all listen here, I'm betting my Chiefs plus 3.5. I already threw 2 units on it. So I'm just saying that I won't tweet it as an official bet because I feel like that's a little bad luck when I homer on my Chiefs. But I already locked it in, man. You already know what it is. I'm taking them. Underdog at home. That boy Mahomes, he heard all the talk. They even this morning on NFL Network, they did the little side-by-side. Oh, for this game, who's got the better offense, the better defense, the better receivers, the better quarterback? Bills got everything. So if we win, they'll still find a way. Oh, well, Allen did this, or he outplayed Mahomes and all this whoop-de-woo, but Mahomes won't get no credit. But if we lose, oh, yeah, Allen's better than Mahomes. Okay. At this point, I really don't care what the outcome of the game is. All I know is come playoff time, I hope we get the Bills-Chiefs matchup. But something just tells me all this hype that people throwing on the Bills for whatever reason, they might not even make the AFC Championship game again. And that's if they get us in the divisional matchup, or I feel like they might lose to a team they got no business losing to. And it'll just make it that much worse to see them fall flat on their face after everybody's just anointed them. And it's like, usually teams got to do something to get that type of respect. They've literally done nothing. They made it to the AFC Championship 2 years ago versus us. We blew them out that game. They make it to the divisional last year. Well, if the overtime rules wasn't where the first team to score, Allen would have went right back down and did the same thing. Okay, ain't nobody trying to hear that because when it happened to us with the Patriots in 2018, they're like, suck it up. Y'all got to play defense. The NFL even changed the rule for y'all. So God forbid they lose in overtime this year in the playoffs. That's gonna be really funny. I hope that's what happens. But yeah, man. Bills versus Chiefs, 325 primetime game, CBS, man. I gotta take my boys +3. I think the line it's wavering between +3, +2.5. I got it at +3, -120. No telling what it'll be by game time, but you don't bet against Mahomes like that, especially at home. This is going to be a statement game. He always get up for these games. I can't wait. He probably about to go scorched earth again. And it's like the Bills got a number one defense now. Again, even though last year they said, oh, we didn't have Tre'Davious White. Well, this year they're number one again. And now they got Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. People are calling Gabe Davis another wide receiver one. So if that's the case, Allen should be putting up these numbers because that's why Mahomes put up his, right? When he had Tyreek. Yeah, okay. If Mahomes win this game, man, I'm just saying, all the Allen is better than Mahomes critics got to shut the fuck up, like straight up.
Yeah, they got to.
And if the Bills win, fuck it. I know we gonna hear the smack talk for the next 13 weeks we got left of this regular season on to the playoffs. But I know one thing: don't talk all that smack, but they don't want to face us in the playoffs. And if we get that matchup, we'll get our get back. But we just gotta let this all unfold. I pray to God both teams stay healthy, so there's no excuses, because that's the only excuse they keep giving is the defense was banged up last year, which is why we won. But Tyrann Mathieu went out the second play of the game with a concussion, and who do we got to put back there now? Daniel Sorensen. Like, come on.
Oh, he was
Gabe Davis was wide open all game.
all game. Yeah.
Come on, man. But it is what it is. Y'all know who I'm riding with, man. Got to take my Chiefs. Had to get my little rant on my chest because, like I said, I ain't get to do it yesterday. But man, let's get into these bets. I'm gonna let you go first, Cam. What you like? I know you got it. Sound like you got a good amount of picks this week. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back positive, man. We've been breaking even these last 2 weeks, but this week we gonna get right. Trust me, man.
Yeah, man. I'm back into it. I got 4 picks for this week. My very first one was I'm touching up on that Patriots versus Browns game. Patriots heading to Cleveland. They're the dogs. Mac Jones, he come back I believe this game. Jacoby Myers been playing good. Like I said, they still got Stevenson. He's gonna be running that rock, toting that thing. Brissett, he just hasn't been looking good. Hasn't been playing good these past couple games. Like he touched on yesterday, he it's 2 games. What 3 games now?
He's sold. Like,
yeah,
he's literally the reason they lost. I guess the Jets game, I technically won't fault him because they just didn't recover an onside kick. That's on the special teams. But these other 2 losses, yeah, it's Brissett straight up.
Yeah, so I think Bill he gonna make his life hell. So I took Patriots +3. It kind of jumped down half a point to 2.5. So 2.5 or 3. I like the Patriots to win this game. So that's my first bet right there.
Okay, I rock with it, especially because Brissett, former Patriots quarterback, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. He had a nice little run when Brady was out and they didn't have Garoppolo. I think Bill have his number, just because he knows him. And he's going to have some scheme drawn up to make him as uncomfortable as possible. And the way he's playing, Jack Jones probably get him an interception. I think Ramondre Stevenson will run the ball really well. It's really if they can slow down Nick Chubb. I don't know if they will shut him down because that's just a hard guy to shut down.
Yes,
but if they can slow him down, maybe keep him to like within the 70 to 100. He might still eclipse 100 a little bit, but he can't have no like 125 plus game and 2 touchdowns. He can't have that.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah. But I think that defense with Bill Belichick in a week to play, I think they could come up with something. And I don't know. I mean, I guess they want Mac Jones back in, but I mean, hey, I know it was Detroit, but Zappy looked good.
Yeah, Zappy looked good, man.
He looked good when he got in versus Green Bay. So I didn't think they were gonna be this quick to throw Mac Jones back in, especially because it's an ankle injury. But they said apparently he's healing up faster than they first thought, so he'll probably be back. But I definitely rock with that pick, man. My next pick, it might be a little wild of a pick, but the storylines behind it and the odds behind it, I'm willing to take the risk, man. I'm taking Carson Wentz over 1.5 touchdown passes.
Okay.
Earlier this week, like we talked about yesterday, Rivera came out, said that BS he said about, the problem with us right now is our quarterback compared to the other teams in the NFC. Completely dogged this guy. Apparently today he apologized and then explained what he really meant to the locker room in front of everybody. So, I mean, I guess, but we know what he meant. It's probably more like you said yesterday. That man that had cancer now, he probably like, forget it. I'm going to say whatever come to my mind. But Carson Wentz, he hasn't been playing the best, but like the Commanders aren't that great of a team, so I didn't really expect much from him. But they do have some weapons in that receiving corps, and he has been throwing the ball every single game. Last game, he had 2 touchdowns. Jacksonville game, he had 3 touchdowns, I think. He's thrown multiple touchdown games multiple times this season, and they got the Bears tomorrow. I gotta take it. It's plus 138 odds. I throw a unit on it, man. I think Carson Wentz has not a ball out game, but I think he plays pretty good just because of all the stuff this week. And it's like, let me quiet some of this down. And he's not facing that hard of comp in the Bears. So I'm gonna ride with Carson Wentz, man. I know it might bite me in the end, but I'm like I said, I'm willing to take this. I think it's a good risk reward bet with all the storylines behind it. So that's what I'm rolling with. That's my first locked in pick, man.
Oh, I love it. Shit, I love it. I definitely think the Commanders gonna win that game. It's kind of I want to say it's kind of crazy that the line is at even, but I understand it. But I think Commanders win that game. I think, like you said, I think Wentz balls out again. I think he has another multi touchdown game. It was actually kind of wild that I think of it like Rivera said that because he hasn't been playing that bad, honestly.
He hasn't. Like, I mean, like I said, it's Washington. I didn't expect much from them to begin with. And then they
Yeah.
don't get Chase Young back because he re-aggravated his ACL injury. So I'm like, oh, well, this season is definitely a wash. And then they've been in games. Like, they could have won last week. I'm not gonna lie. Carson Wentz, they drove down to the red zone, and Carson Wentz did throw some terrible passes, and that end of the game, the last one was intercepted. But at the same time, they were inside the 5, and I want to say they had time to at least try one running play. They didn't.
Yeah.
They just kept throwing it from the gun. And Tennessee was literally just dropping 8 back into the end zone. It's going to be tough to find a receiver when there's 8 defenders in the end zone and you 5 yards away. So I can't knock him too much because I didn't expect much from him. But tomorrow, 2 touchdown seems like an easy bet. I feel like Washington probably at least put up 24. I mean, within that, I for sure think he could get 2 touchdowns, whether that's to McLaurin or Curtis Samuel or even Gibson out the backfield or McKissick. So definitely got to lock that one in, man. But swinging back to you, what's your second lock for the week, man?
All right, man. It's my second one. These two guys, they coming back home, man. They're coming back to New Orleans. I got the Bengals. You take the money line, or you can take the minus one and a half. I think they're gonna come out. I think they gonna they gonna handle the Saints, man. I feel like this game. I believe Olave he gonna be out with that concussion. I think
Well, I mean, possibly, but I did see reports earlier. I guess whatever the third stage of the concussion protocol is where like you can begin football exercises and stuff like that. He progressed to that and he has no symptoms. So if he
he has no
continues on
symptoms.
that path, he would be eligible to play. Now, with this whole new concussion protocol shit going on, I don't know. But they said that in reports today, so it's kind of like, if he's clear and he play and then something happened to him, now it's like, okay, I hope nothing happens to him. Because if something happens to him or anybody who gets concussed now and they come back the next week, they gonna damn near start to force that the concussion protocol make a dude sit out 2 weeks in a row.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
so we'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, so how you think that game goes? Like, you think Bengals blow them out, or you think it's kind of a tough game for them? Because I thought the Saints defense was good, but they ain't been looking too good, to be honest. So
I don't know. I think it's depending on if Winston plays or not. Cause I don't know if he's gonna be playing this week
he
or
was
not.
limited in practice today. Taysom Hill was also limited in
Hmm.
practice.
And then also MT he didn't
Yeah,
even practice.
him and Jarvis both. So
Or Jarvis, so
I'm guessing MT probably gonna be out for a good minute, knowing him.
yes.
And I don't even know the severity of the injury, but like, man, it's crazy. He really went from the best wide receiver in the league that year. He set the record for most catches, and then it just has gone complete. He just caught every injury under the sun, and I don't know if it's like he just that brittle and can't play through anything, or if it's really that bad. But he don't play through nothing for real.
Mm-mm.
Like these toe injuries, because it's his toe again,
Yes, totally.
and he's just out. So he's gonna have to get a new toe at some point, because like obviously whatever he's doing not working.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay. Um, my second pick, man, I'm gonna buy half a point here. It was the one I was just telling you about. I'm gonna go over in the Arizona Seattle game. Seattle, Geno Smith is balling. I expect that to continue because Arizona's defense isn't that great. But on the flip side, Seattle defense isn't that great. And I would expect Arizona to be able to do something. They got the over-under set at 50.5. I'll buy it under. I'll take the 50. I feel like this could easily be like a 31-24 type game. It's going to be throwing all over the field and no defense being played. So even though the unders have been hitting for a lot of games, I feel like the over going to hit here because not deep. There's no defense to be found on either side of the ball. So that's what I'm gonna roll with. I think Geno Smith, hey man, he's on to something right now.
Mm-hmm.
And him and DK got a nice connection. Him and Lockett got a nice connection. Like everything, like honestly, everything people used to think and say, with the Russ let Russ cook stuff. That's what Geno's doing right now. He's cooking, and that offense is rolling. So I'm gonna roll with the over on this one.
I like that. I like that. It's actually my third game I'm gonna be touching on. This game, the Cards at Seahawks. I got Cards -3 on it, man. I got it. I got a -3. I believe Nuke comes back this week. DeAndre Hopkins, I believe he comes back this week.
Oh, he
Uh,
does?
yeah, I think this is the week he comes back.
Oh, I thought he was suspended for 6 games.
I thought he come back this week.
I think it's one more week. This is the
It's one
6th
more week.
game technically. So yeah, I think he's still out. Unless I did see him post about him that where he was like me calculating when to put myself back in my starting fantasy lineup. But I want to say he got one more week if I'm not mistaken.
Either way, I think they still win this game by more than 3 points. They Marquise Brown been balling this week. Rondale Moore been balling. I know they're gonna have James Conner and I believe Darrell Williams out, but Eno Benjamin,
He's nice.
he a dog. He gonna be running routes out there. So like I said, it's definitely gonna be a high scoring game. Both these defenses don't play defense whatsoever. So it's definitely be a high scoring game, but I can definitely see Arizona coming out on top. So
Okay. So I'm gonna go. I'm leaning towards this one too. I think I want to make the pick, but I'm gonna go the under in the Cowboys Eagles game. I just feel like that Dallas defense is cold, and I feel like they'll hold the Eagles to less than 21 or less. And if they do that, I feel like their offense isn't going to do that much because the Eagles' defense is also pretty solid, and I think they'll be able to put Cooper Rush in some situations he hasn't been in yet. Because it's looking like Cooper Rush is playing for sure, even though Dak, I guess now he can grip the ball and he's throwing it. Like he was, I guess in this press conference or something, he said y'all can ask receivers like they can feel the zip on the pass and I'm gripping the ball better than ever. Like it all sound good, but at the same point, they said he's still not ready to play yet. So whatever that means, hold that man out for as long as possible. Let him get as healthy as possible. But the over under says 42, so it's kind of low. But like that's how all the Cowboys games have been trending. Like I'm looking at it, I don't think none of their games have gone over that total at all. And the Eagles offense, while it is pretty good, like I said on the episode yesterday, the second half they go blank for whatever reason. And they also have, I think they're gonna play, but they also had a few injuries to their offensive line last week in Arizona. Kelsey hurt his ankle, and I think their tackle did something to his leg, but they both ended up coming back in the game. But I don't know if they'll be at full strength, and you're gonna need to be at full strength to handle that defensive line in Dallas. So definitely got to go with the under 42, maybe by half a point if you're feeling a little scared about it. But I like under 42 for sure. So it's hit every time so far this season. Got to keep rolling with it until it goes otherwise. So that's what I'm gonna stick with. Under 42. They did their thing last week, shut down the Rams and hit that under. So stick where the bread is butter, man. You know what I'm saying?
stay good, definitely. It's another game that I'm with you on. I definitely think the under is gonna hit, but I like the Eagles in this one, man. I like the Eagles in this one.
You like them
I
spread or ML? Because that
I
spread
like
kind of steep.
I like that spread. I like that -6, man. I
Ooh.
like that -6. Um, now this is why my final score on this game is gonna be 24-7 Eagles. I think they come in. This is a home game. I think they come in. They're gonna have home field advantage, like Cam was saying last episode. A lot of they're the best team in the league right now. I know you don't like to hear that. I know others don't like to hear that. And it's kind of like they not really getting like the respect that they should be getting because they are actually like a really fucking good team right now in NFC. I feel like they're the best team out in the NFC. I feel like they're the best team in the NFL right now. And I think this game gonna be like a statement, pretty much like a statement win for them. They'll just go come out and just pretty much just dominate the whole game. I feel like they're gonna force Cooper Rush to throw the ball because they're gonna shut down that run game.
Oh yeah.
They're definitely gonna shut down that run game. I don't think Zeke gonna get nothing going. Pollard might get like a
He can break
long.
one if you let him. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he might break one. That might be one of they the touchdown that comes off out of that. But other than that, I think they're gonna force Coop to throw the ball, and that's not what he really do. So
yeah, I feel
So
that.
I definitely think that's going to happen. I think Jalen Hurts go come out. He gonna throw for 2 touchdowns, probably run for one. Um, I don't know. I just that is kind of
It's a
that.
it's a tough matchup either way. Like they really are like as of right now, besides quarterback, everywhere else, it's basically a dead even matchup. Like best offensive line on the Eagles, best defensive line on the Cowboys. Some of the best receivers in Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, and then the Eagles got Slay and Bradbury. Then you could their running game, like the Eagles got the best running offense in the league right now, but Zeke and Pollard have been eating ever since Cooper Rush stepped in because they've been getting fed more. So it's kind of even there with their running games. And so I agree with what you're saying. And I think the Eagles are probably the first team that the Cowboys have faced so far this season with Cooper Rush, where they can probably stack the box and then you can trust Slay and Bradbury to cover Gallup and CD on the back end and force Cooper Rush to maybe make some tough throws. And you stack the box, you can also get some pressure on him because he hasn't been getting pressure too much. And maybe, you can only play perfect in this league for so long. He's due for a turnover, honestly. And I know that crowd gonna be going crazy down there. They might be able to force his first or second turnover this weekend. And once that pressure's on him, which they haven't had yet, I think that could definitely play a part in the game. Um, hey, I like your score prediction. That's the under for me. So if that hits, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have no problem with it. And honestly, not even hating on the Cowboys, but I just feel like the best case scenario for them is to lose this game. They've been
Mhm.
playing good. They know they have the best defense in the league right now. This will just wake up their eyes to let them know, okay, we just need to get Dak right, and then we can bring him back. Because Cooper Rush is not the answer. Even though props to him because he held it down. Like all credit to him for that. But moving forward, for their dreams and aspirations now, that Super Bowl with that defense, you're gonna need Dak at quarterback over Cooper Rush. And they got Gallup back, so that's another one of Dak's guys who he didn't have week one when they were trying to force him to throw the ball, knowing the Bucks could just focus in on CD. So yeah, I think the Eagles win this game. The spread kind of scared me because it just feels like it's set up for a bad beat the way it keeps going up. It started at
Yeah. It's
5.5, then it went to 4.5 one point. Now it's back up to 6. And some places I've even seen 7. So I don't know what they're trying to tell us really, but it is Philly at home, 5-0, and they haven't. The Cowboys have had their number, or they had their number last year, and I think Jalen Hurts finally, does get right and prove to them like, hey, I can. I've been working on my game in the offseason and like believe the hype because I know he still
mhm.
hasn't been getting a lot of credit, and
That's him at all.
I haven't even necessarily given him a lot of credit. Like he's playing good football, but this would be a prove it game for him to me personally as well. And I love to see him prove it, and I think he can. So I'm definitely excited for Sunday night. This is gonna be another great week of games. I can't wait to sit in the house and watch them all, man. So I'm definitely with you.
Big facts.
And then my last pick, it's a pick I already shared. It's the one yesterday, man. Bucks Chargers ML Take it to the bank. Bucks got the Steelers. Chargers got the Broncos. Two teams that are definitely reeling right now. Steelers, their season's basically over. And I just pray to God TJ Watt just chooses to sit out the rest of the season. There's no need to rush back from his pectoral injury because I don't even think he should be playing with that, even though they say he can come back because he didn't fully tear it. But that's part of the reason JJV so banged up right now, I think, is because he was wasting his career away in Houston trying to come back and fight to not win anything. It's like you done ruined your body. Now you can't even stay healthy for 3 games in a row. So I hope TJ just takes this season off. Let Kenny Pickett learn. Like, it's just going to be a rough time, but it's going to be a good learning curve, and they're going to be better for it next year. But as right now, they don't have it together. That Bucks defense will probably have a lot of problems. Todd Bowles probably going to throw a lot of different looks at him. And on the flip side, the Broncos, they lost the running back Javonte Williams a couple weeks ago. Russ still has no connection with those receivers for real. Chargers defense is still pretty good, and I think their offense is going to be able to put up points on Denver, and it's a home game in LA, even though LA really has no home games. Them fans don't come out for their games whatsoever. You always see the away team color in the stadium, but I like the Chargers at home. They know what they need to do to stay within this division now that the Chiefs got 2 division wins and one of those against them. They want to try to stay in competition for first place in the AFC West. This is a must-win game. I think Herbert and the boys going to come out ready. And I think Keenan Allen probably still out, but it might be a possibility he plays. I don't know. It's been since week 1, so I don't know how severe his hamstring pull was, but maybe he comes back. But Mike Williams been doing his thing regardless, and Eckler been balling. So definitely take that one to the bank. When I locked it in a couple days ago, it was negative 122, I want to say. I put 2.5 units on it for 2 minutes, so let it ride, man. But those are the NFL picks, man. You got boy Cam. He got the Browns losing to the Patriots. Patriots are 2.5 dogs. Take them 2.5 or 3, whichever you see. I got the Carson Wentz over 1.5 touchdown pass prop tomorrow night, Thursday night football. Another terrible primetime matchup. I don't know, like this Amazon first year, and they got some terrible matchups. I don't know who got them deals going, but they might need to be fired after this year because they definitely did not get any good games for real to start off besides the Chargers and Chiefs. Then next pick. Oh, damn, my app just messed up. Next pick, Cam got Bengals negative 1.5 or ML versus the Saints. Homecoming for Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Maybe they can finally get right. They've been struggling. Me, second pick, I'm going Cardinals Seahawks over 50.5 by a half point. That's what I'm gonna do. Throw a unit on that. 2 of the worst defenses in the league right now. Geno Smith is balling. I think the Cardinals will finally be able to get something together since the Seahawks defense is so bad. Then Cowboys Eagles. I'm taking the under 42. Cam taking Philly -6. It's gonna be a Philly game 24-7ish. That's what we looking at. That's what we aiming for. And then Chargers, Buccaneers, MLP. Those are the picks, man.
Sir.
You already know what we locked in for. Do we want to make any of these NFL picks a lock, or are we sticking with this baseball one we got coming up next, man?
It's up to you, man. Whatever, man. This whatever. I'm down with whatever. What you feeling?
I don't know. This week just so weird with the matchups. I feel like I'm just stay away from the max locks for football. I'm feeling the max lock on baseball. I like that one, so we can let that ride, man. But like I said, just ran through the picks. Those are the final picks for week 5 NFL. We got no max locks this week. Gonna sit back and study a little bit. Some of these matchups and lines are kind of weird to us. And so just gotta see some things. We'll be back week 6 with some locks, or week 7, I mean, with some max locks for NFL guaranteed. But since we're not giving y'all max lock in the NFL, we're gonna give y'all max lock for this MLB playoff slate, man. Go ahead and let them know what it is, Kel.
Hey man, man, we taking for the H, Houston, man, Astros. We taking them with the dub over the Mariners, man. Look, man. We snatched they fucking souls last game. Like,
Pause.
big pause, big pause, bro, big pause. But nah, man.
But really though,
Jordan, man. He. Oh my God, like he just to be down. I mean, to be up 7-3
versus Verlander, like
versus Verlander, the
you,
Cy Young winner this year.
like you really thinking like, oh man, like we knew we had to steal one, but to steal this one versus they ace. Oh yeah, and they probably was thinking like this all we needed. We just need to get back to Seattle. We can win this series, and now it's like to get walked off.
That's that hurt. That's the hurt. And now game 2, you gotta come and play Framber. Like, no, come on, man. Like, it's gonna be too easy, man. Valdez, he about to smoke these boys, man. So hey man, look, he was top 3 in win losses this year. So my boy, he finna kill these guys. Offense got going late in game 1. They finna be ready here in game 2. So this our max bet, man. Take it. Put however much you want on it, man. But just know this our max bet for sure.
Max lock, man. I think the Astros. I just locked it in earlier before this episode. I got it at -148. On the ESPN app, it was showing me -160, but when I went to my thing, it said -148, so it was even cheaper. Locked it in, man. I think the Astros probably sweep after that. Like, playoff baseball is such an emotional roller coaster as is, because all it takes is one swing to change the complete momentum of the game. And the fact that they went away from their closer, brought in a guy a lefty. Like, you don't pitch, you don't use a lefty to go against Jordan. Like, that was mistake number 1. He gives him the first pitch. Jordan takes a hack at it. He just misses him. But if he would have connected with that one, it would have been the same result.
Same result.
And then the pitcher had the audacity to put the ball right back in the same spot. And as soon as you heard pop, you just knew that's game. And it's like, damn, like you were literally 1 out away from stealing this game in Houston and putting some immense pressure on the Stros.
Definitely been some pressure.
And to have it all go away like that at the snap of the fingers, yeah. It's definitely gonna be tough for them to come back, and I think tomorrow it might be a bloodbath. I think you might be able to take the run line too, the -1.5 run line, and that you could probably get that for plus odds. I'm gonna go look at that right now just to give y'all an official number.
Probably will be plus line.
Let's see. Yeah, -1.5. Or dang, it's not showing me on here. 1 sec. Let me go to my handy dandy site. And I gotta. Okay, there you go. Look, I got this new phone.
Set up all the rest. You got the what's called?
Yes, sir. I had to go trade it in because it was the last day. AT&T was offering $1,000 credit. Just had to go ahead and make the switch, man. But yeah, let's see. Let's look at this run line. -1.5 plus 155. I might sprinkle on that too, man. So y'all heard it here first, man. Y'all got the NFL picks. Y'all got our first pick of playoff baseball, man. Max lock, Houston Astros, ML, -148. Run line is plus 155 if you want to sprinkle on that. This was a shorter episode, but hey, man, keep it short and simple to the point. We're going to get back right with these plays this week, and we're going to keep moving forward, man. Y'all know what it is. It's your boys from the I Need It Sports podcast. Bryce, my dog Cam. I need it. And we out.
We are the kids and we're not I lose.